DJI FPV Goggles comparison, Goggles V2 versus Goggles 2. Yeah, so the naming collision is pathetic. The marketing team at DJI should have spent a little more time working this one out. It is confusing, perhaps that was the point. I posted my decision to return the Avata, and there was a lot of questions about the new goggles and how they do not fit my face with my generous nose and actually pinch off airflow in my nose. Here are some side-by-side photos. In short, the Goggles 2 are much smaller in every dimension. That is good for travel, but it's pretty awful fit for me. Why I just ordered DJI FPV Goggles V2 after trying the new Goggles 2. If you are planning on buying the new Goggles 2, do yourself a favor and visit a friend or a DJI store and try them before buying. Do not blindly buy Goggles 2. I believe for a significant portion of the people they are fundamentally flawed and borderline unusable. Just wanted to share my experience as someone who waited several months for the Goggles 2 and decided to go with the V2s in the end. Maybe it will help someone. Test number 1. DJI Goggles 2. The goggles feel very nice and premium. Definitely not too heavy, this is just my opinion, but these look the best and the coolest FPV goggles I've ever seen. The design is really amazing. So I put them on. Ouch, what are you doing to my nose? Also, there's a huge amounts of light leak left and right. I almost started laughing thinking how this kind of faceplate could have been green lighted. It felt very uncomfortable and hard. Okay, anyways, inside the goggles, the screen looks pretty nice, much bigger than the one I used to have, but I guess I was expecting a bit more. Anyway, very nice, however, it's out of focus and blurry. I spent the next 5 minutes adjusting the lens and nothing works. Whenever I get left and right side to focus, the center becomes blurry. Also, after using the goggles just a couple of minutes, they already got a little bit foggy. Overall, I am a little bit disappointed, but I don't really know what the previous V2s were like, so I don't know the difference. Let's try them next. Test number 2. DJI Goggles V2. They are clearly bigger and heavier, but I think they also look kind of cool. As I put them on my face, it definitely feels like I'm holding older tech. The fit is not as bad as Goggles 2, but still not great, and it has lots of light leak. As far as I know, that can be fixed easily with some aftermarket foam. The screen is wow. It looks amazing, much bigger than in the Goggles 2 and also fully in focus. No blurriness or other issues. I cannot tell any difference between the OLED and the Goggles 2 and the LCD in V2s. Image quality in V2 looks better, but that might be because I've never got the Goggles 2 fully focused. Conclusion. I know there are a lot of people who've been waiting for these new goggles just like me, so my message to you is that you just keep or get the V2s. If you insist on getting the Goggles 2, then please at least try them somewhere before making a purchase. A lot of the shills who got these goggles for free, Rotor Riot, influencers, etc., obviously don't mention anything about these issues, but now that the product is reaching consumers, YouTube is getting a lot of real reviews. I suggest checking out NDRC, Meds Tech, and Captain Drone. DJI Goggles 2 has flawed design and very bad optics. Keep your V2s. I got my new Avata with the latest Goggles 2 last week. I was excited to have a smaller, lighter FPV goggle and does not take much space in the backpack like they advertised. Oh boy, what a mistake. Since I have the V2, I should have ordered only the drone and not the combo. DJI Goggles 2 has flawed design and very bad optics. Basically, you can't even get the whole screen in focus. Screen edges are very distorted and causes big eye strain. You can't even see the whole screen. You can read the OSD bottom left or right. It's blurry. Goggles 2 is just a bad design. DJI has fixed the strap, antennas, and added correction lens to the model. OLED screens are a bit more crisp and vivid, but all this is for nothing if you can't even see the screen properly because of crappy optics. If you're looking to get DJI Avata, my best advice is go for the cheaper Goggles V2, and you can buy the strap and smaller antennas separately as clip-on correction lenses if needed. I'm keeping my DJI Goggles V2.